last night, Jeff Landry, who of course is a frequent guest on this program, he took the oath of office to become the 57th governor of Louisiana. He's a former congressman, he's Louisiana's former attorney general, and now he's the governor. But he used his campaign for governor to champion the message of pro-life, pro-family, pro-parents. He led the way on all of these issues when many people said you can't win with that message. Well, joining me now to discuss what Governor Landry's election means both for Louisiana as well as the direction of the conservative movement across the country is our very own Family Research Council President, Tony Perkins. Tony, always great to have you.
Hey, Jody, thanks so much for filling in for me today. I greatly appreciate it.
Well, you've got your hands full with the inauguration and a host of activities taking place, and we just thank God for the role that you have there. And Tony, I want to begin by saying something that I don't believe you would ever say yourself, and I believe it's important for this to be brought out. But decades ago, you actually moved to Louisiana at a time when that state was filled with corruption. It was not really a place you wanted to be, and yet there you were as a security guard. And now last night you are giving the prayer at the inauguration of the governor, and you, Family Research Council and many others, but you leading the way really have been an instrument for God and to turn that state around. I know you probably wouldn't do this without being asked, but tell us a little bit of the journey of what last night meant to you and why.
Well, yeah, thanks, Jody. When I graduated from high school, I went straight into the Marine Corps. And when I was in the Marine Corps in my basic training, my folks moved to Louisiana from Oklahoma. So when I finished my basic training, I was initially in the Marine Reserves. I ended up going back in for about 3 years full-time in the Marine Corps. But I came back here, and it's the only place I had to go. So I came here, and I'll tell you, I did not like this state. There was corruption, political corruption. You made reference to my first job. I was a security guard. 18 years old. I worked nights guarding an empty bank building downtown. And last night, as I was standing on the podium, as the Lord gave me the opportunity to pray over this state, I could see that bank building right there. And it was, I shared this with my wife this morning. It was actually, the Lord kind of spoke to me this morning. Years ago, it was 42 years ago, I was a watchman at a bank. Last night, the Lord allowed me to be a watchman over the state, proclaiming His word and His truth. And so the point there is that, look, the Lord, as long as we're willing to be servants, and that's for all of us, what I've seen happen in this state, as I decided if I was going to have to live here, the Lord wouldn't let me leave, I was going to do my very best to change it. And it was 28 years ago that I took the oath of office to serve in the legislature. And this state has changed radically. We've seen tremendous change. And Jeff Landry, as you just pointed out, is the moving us forward. I am excited about the future of our state, because when I was, those 42 years ago, we didn't have any Republicans to speak of. In fact, when I was elected, we had one statewide Republican, and we were in the extreme minority in the legislature. And now, super majorities in both the House and the Senate, every statewide elected official is Republican. But it's not just Republican. It's about policy, initiatives, it's about ideology, it's about commitment. And you're right, Jeff last night in his speech, I thought, did a great job talking about education, the indoctrination, and parents should have the say in what their children are taught. He talked about crime, making our streets safe again. And so I think Louisiana, as I prayed last night, and I felt the Lord led me to pray this, that as our leaders line up with Him and do what honors Him, this state is going to be blessed in such a way that the rest of the nation cannot deny it.
Wow, that's powerful. Just watching it all, listening, reading about it, it seems like Governor Landry has demonstrated that candidates don't have to run from these issues, from life, from parents, from all the education, all these. You can be pro-life, you can be pro-family values and still win. Your thoughts on this as we wrap up this segment?
If you believe it, say it. And if it's really who you are, you should not, you can't, quite frankly, you can't hold it back. And this is who Jeff is. He spoke it. He wasn't afraid of it. And this really, this is why the media is not paying a whole lot of attention to the first governor to take office in 2024. It does not fit the national media's narrative. It's not what the left is telling us America is. It is the total opposite. But here's hope that if all of us will vote, will stand, will pray, we can see these same results across the nation in 2024.
Well, I believe we will, Tony. Again, I just want to say hats off to you. Congratulations to you, to Jeff Landry, to all the people of Louisiana. I believe that state has become really a beacon of hope for the entire country with the drastic turnaround that has taken place in that state, and you've been right in the middle of it all. And we are deeply, deeply appreciative of your leadership there, as well as your leadership here
only by
at
the
Family
hand of
Research
God.
Council.